Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 10th of December, 1978. And the title is, Do Not See the Expansion, but the Point, the Essence. To be a resident of Madhuban means to be one who constantly moves along with the waves of the ocean of sweetness. How great the souls are who constantly live in Bapdada's special land, the land where he performed actions, the land of divine actions, the land where a sweet meeting is experienced, the great, pure, and charitable land. The incorporeal Father also has special love for this corporeal land. Do those who live in this land also constantly have the same experience? Madhuban means the land of sweetness, where there is sweetness in your attitude, sweetness in your words, and constant sweetness in your every deed. As is the land, so are the great souls who live in that land. What do souls say when they return from Madhuban and give their experience? Madhuban is the confluence-aged heaven. This means that you are the residents of heaven. So, how special are those who have a right to double heaven, to be in the heaven of this time and also the heaven of the future. Today, Bapdada has especially come to meet the residents of Madhuban. Baba is asking, what is the specialty or special praise of heaven? The special praise of heaven is of always being full, that nothing is lacking in the treasure store of heaven. Whether it is the heaven of the confluence age or the heaven of the future, the specialty remembered of each is the same. So, as a resident of Madhuban, as a resident of the confluence-aged heaven, do you experience the complete stage in which you feel that you are a constantly satisfied soul? When you are in heaven of the future, you naturally experience the sanskar of being ignorant of the knowledge of desire. Do you residents of Madhuban also naturally have this sanskar? As a resident of heaven, are you a natural embodiment of all these sanskars? When someone asks you where you live, you say, with great intoxication and happiness, that you live in Madhuban. Do you not? It is as though you are stamped with the stamp of being a resident of Madhuban. As well as that stamp, you should also be stamped with the stage appropriate to this place. When you go into a cold room, your state automatically becomes like the place. So, are your sanskars appropriate to the praise of Madhuban? In the corporeal form, it is Madhuban that everyone has their aim. Everyone copies Madhuban. When someone's stage fluctuates, they remember Achalghar Madhuban, the home of stability. That by going to Achalghar Madhuban, they will become stable. Everyone comes to this sacred land with such faith and pure feelings. Since Achalghar Madhuban is the place where many souls are able to find the means to finish their upheaval, then those who live in Madhuban should also be constantly unshakable? Would they not? Such a stage becomes a guiding light for many others because Madhuban is the lighthouse. It is you residents of Madhuban who cooperate with all the centers. You constantly cooperate with your thoughts, words, and deeds with one another. Therefore, you should also cooperate with your companions. Should you not? All of you children have been given 1 year to show some results. So, what transformation have you brought about in 1 year? That when others hear your experience, they also become inspired to transform themselves. Sometimes, when souls relate their experience with enthusiasm and with sincere love for the Father from the hearts, many other souls become transformed while listening to their experience. The transformation of one becomes a way of transforming many others. So, have you brought about such transformation that you have become an example for others? Have you had such a wonderful experience in this 1 year? Who has taken a high jump? Who has taken the gift of a lift? Nowadays, very clear pictures of any place can be seen in many different places through TV. So Madhuban is also a TV station. There are TV sets everywhere. Nowadays, the speed of thoughts and the state of someone's mind can be checked with instruments of science. Similarly, the thoughts and vibrations of the minds and of the residents of Madhuban spread everywhere. Therefore, let there be attention paid to your every thought. Do not be careless about this. If you residents of Madhuban want to spread your vibrations of a special thought while sitting in Madhuban, you are able to sit somewhere and spread them in all 4 directions. Just as the fragrance of something physical automatically spreads everywhere, similarly, the vibrations through your thoughts should automatically spread everywhere. This is the special service that the residents of Madhuban have to do. When you have a special bhakti in Madhuban, those vibrations reach everywhere. Even if letters of news are not received, the subtle vibrations from Madhuban can easily be spread everywhere. Your business is to serve through your deeds, but together with that, you also have the responsibility to serve with your mind. Bab Dada has come to see the results of 1 year. To what extent have those who remain constantly close passed with honors? What reward has been created by the souls who live with great souls, by those who are close physically and who live in such an elevated place? In the scriptures too, Madhuban has been specially praised. So the residents of Madhuban are special in every aspect and they reveal their specialty at every moment. Every group that comes should experience the residents of Madhuban to have this specialty, namely, that all the souls who live in the heaven of Madhuban are embodiments of being completely full and constantly satisfied. The basis of this is to have one constant aim. As a child of the bestower, I have to give and not take. I should not think that only when the other one does it, I will do it. Each of you should believe that you are a bestower, and all of you would then become those who bestow. You would become souls who are completely full. If you are not full, you would not be able to give. Constantly full souls would definitely be constantly satisfied souls. You are a child of the bestower who bestows. In fact, to give is to receive. You receive to the extent that you give. In a practical way, you have to become those who give, not those who take. The feeling of being a bestower is to experience the stage of being constantly free from obstacles and ignorant of the knowledge of desires. Your vision should always be on the one aim. That aim is of a point. To have one aim means constantly to see just the point. It means that while seeing other things, you do not see them. Your vision should always be on the one point. In the memorial of this, it is shown that the archer's vision was not just on the fish, but on the point pupil in the eyes of the fish. So, the fish is the expansion and the eye is the point. Therefore, he did not see the expansion, but saw the essence, the point. When you look at the expansion, you become obstructed, whereas when you stabilize in the essence, that is, in the point form, your stage becomes that of a point. A full stop is applied. You also put a point, a full stop, to your actions. To have the point in your awareness means to have the seed stage. You especially have to practice this. To see the expansion, but not to see it. To hear it, but not hear it. You need to practice this from this moment onwards. Only then, at the end, when there are the sorrowful sounds of upheaval and the extremely fearsome scenes, will you be able to pass. The things of the present time are nothing compared to the things that are to happen at that time. If you do not practice from this moment on, seeing but not seeing, and hearing but not hearing, then at the end, when you see those fearsome scenes, you will fail that momentarily test paper for all time. Therefore, it is essential that you especially practice this. Your stage should be such that you experience a corporeal body to be in the angelic form. You saw Baba in a subtle form. Although he had a corporeal body, you experienced that body to be angelic and subtle. While he was walking and moving around, doing everything, you experienced him to be a subtle angel. He was in the same physical body, but because the consciousness of his physical body was removed, you experienced his subtle form, even though he had the physical body. So all of you should practice this same thing. While continuing to work through your physical organs, use the power of your mind. There should be powerful vibrations filled with the love of everyone's cooperation in the atmosphere. Wherever you go, this angelic form should be visible. You are performing actions, but serving through your physical body should be balanced with serving through your mind. In the beginning, you were made to practice this. While performing an ordinary task, your stage should be so elevated that even while doing that ordinary task, your appearance is of an image granting visions. No matter that you are doing something physical like the laundry or cleaning or cooking, your stage should still remain elevated. Such a time will come in a practical way when those who see you will say, "You are all such great angelic souls, and yet look at the type of work you do. The work you do is very ordinary, and yet your stage is so elevated." When the souls of the golden-aged princesses were invoked, they would be amazed to see the practical work they did before they became that form of the future, that they are such great empresses. And yet look at what they used to do. A world emperor, yet that one is cooking. In the same way, souls who come will also say that you are their elevated, worthy of worship deity souls, and yet you are doing this work. As you walk and move around, others will be able to have a clear vision of their special loved deity in you. At the end, they will see your worthy of worship form and also your angelic form in a practical way. The praise of Arjuna in the previous cycle was that he saw the ordinary form in the form of a friend, but on seeing the actual form of God, he asked, "Who are you? You are so elevated, and yet you have such an ordinary form of a friend." Similarly, others will have visions of you while you walk and move around. To see something through divine vision is a different matter. In the beginning, you used to see those things while walking and moving around. This is not a matter of seeing something in trance. Just as people experienced seeing Sakar Baba in this way in the beginning, so too, at the end, people will see all of you in the same way. Your ordinary form will disappear, and they will see both your angelic and your worthy of worship form. In the beginning, you had visions of the angelic Brahma and of Sri Krishna at the same time. Similarly, now, while looking at your ordinary form, they should not see that, but be able to see your worthy of worship form and your angelic form. However, this will only happen when you all make the effort to see but not see. Only then will all souls not see the ordinary forms of you great souls, even while looking at you, but they will have visions with their eyes open in just a second. In order to create such a stage, you have been told especially to practice seeing but not seeing, and hearing but not hearing. Listen to just the one and see just the one point. Do not see the expansion, but just see the essence. Do not hear all the expansion, but always hear the essence. Only then will Madhuban become the land of magic. So, did you hear how important Madhuban is? That is, how important the residents of Madhuban are. Acha, speaking to Madhuban sisters. The Shakti army of Madhuban means the army of special souls. Each of you knows your own specialty very well. Are you happy that you have become the residents of this special land because of your specialties? The past accounts of each of you are individual to you, and they will continue to be settled. However, together with those according to the drama, you have one or another specialty, and it is due to this that you have received this special part. To have the special part of constantly living in the land of charity and in this company of elevated souls is not a small fortune. The priests who look after the temples of the non-living idols consider themselves to be so great. Even though they are worshippers, they have such great intoxication. This is because they consider themselves to have a very close relationship with those idols. The worshippers of those non-living idols have so much intoxication, whereas here it isn't even a question of being a worshipper. Here you live in a connection and have that company, and so you companions should have so much happiness and intoxication. It is impossible for souls who come into this godly family not to have a specialty. So, recognize your specialty and use it. Whatever virtue or specialty you have, whether it is of some kind of work or of being a sweet and loving, you must use it. Just as the philosopher's stone was said to be able to change iron into gold, in the same way, when you use your virtue or specialty in service, you claim 100,000-fold fruit of that service. Therefore, one specialty makes you worthy of being rewarded for a long period of time. When one seed is planted, so much fruit develops on that tree. Similarly, to use even your one specialty for service in a practical way means to plant a seed. So, do you understand how fortunate you are? You have taken birth in the Brahmin family. So together with having the fortune of this birth, you have also brought with you the fortune of one or another specialty. The only difference seen is to what extent you actually use that specialty. You have the fortune of your birth, but you should know how to plant the seed to create the fruit of your future fortune for a long period of time by using your present fortune in practice for service. The fruit will definitely emerge. To sow a seed means to use the seed of specialty for service. Here, everyone is constantly seated on the throne of fortune. This fortune, which was created in the previous cycle, is even now still remembered by souls who consider themselves to be very fortunate when they come close to God for even a second. So, how great the happiness and fortune should be of those who have this fortune in a practical way at this time. When you keep this greatness in front of you, everything wasteful stops. Acha, blessing, may you be a conqueror of Maya who sees the games of the fearsome forms of Maya as detached observer. Those who welcome Maya are not afraid on seeing a fearsome form of Maya. When you watch a game as a detached observer, you enjoy yourself because externally Maya has the form of a lion, but she doesn't have as much strength as even a cat. It is just that you become afraid and make her into something big by thinking, what can I do? How will this happen? However, remember the lesson of whatever is happening is good, and whatever is to happen will be even better. Watch the game as a detached observer, and you will become a conqueror of Maya. Slogan: those who are tolerant do not become jealous and seeing anyone's nature. They listen to wasteful matters with one ear and let it out through the other. Om Shanti.